Okay, now my microphone is on. Hi! Welcome back to a channel where I just kind of exist and try to do things. It's a great intro. Today I really want to make jewelry because I thought it would be a fun aesthetic activity to film and edit. And I love jewelry and I have like none of it. I have like a few pairs of earrings, I have a few necklaces that I honestly don't like, but you know what, necklaces are a thing for another day. Today I'm gonna try to make earrings. And I also just want to talk about life and YouTube. No, those two things don't really go together, but as the creator of this channel, I have the ability to force them into a video together. The only things that you really need are these little earring backs and then whatever you're going to make the earrings out of to go into them. I have enough earring backs to make 3 pairs of earrings. For my first earring design, I want to try to use this wire to make like a cool bendy design. That is literally my entire plan. I do not have a plan for that. I'm hoping that while I'm trying to design these, my creativity will come back because it's been kind of killed by me shoving every single brain cell I have left with as much Spanish vocabulary as possible. I'm just going to try snipping this. Okay. I could make like giant hoops out of this, honestly. At this point, I'm just making an attempt at bending this into kind of a random shape. I kind of like it. I think I'm just gonna snip off the end, and then I just need to make another earring. And while I'm doing that, we can get to our very serious discussion about life. So the thing that worries me about my current workload is that on the rare occasions that I do actually have free time, I don't spend it in a way that I really would like. I usually end up watching YouTube, to be honest with you, when I don't have anything to do. And that makes me feel probably unnecessarily bad about myself. I don't know if I like this earring design or not. I'll try harder on the next ones. And because I feel like I'm not putting effort into anything or being productive at those times, I end up feeling worse when I have nothing to do and have free time than I do when I feel like I'm overworking myself. Okay, I'm taking the first earring and trying to just like unbend it and rebend it because the second one turned out smaller and I want the first one to match, so they kind of need to be a similar size. On the occasional days when I don't have a lot to do or when I get all the necessary work done with several hours left in the day, I usually end up feeling depressed, and I think it's because I don't do anything with my time that feels productive to me. I spend most of that time on YouTube, to be honest with you, and then I feel like I wasted my only free time. Okay, this earring just needs to go away, and I'm trying again to make one that matches the second one. And I feel like I ended up doing something pointless when I should have been doing something I always wish that I had time for, like reading or sewing or actually starting to write something. But I don't usually end up doing those things, and I feel like it's because at the times when I don't have that free time, I'm just constantly working, so when I do, I don't want to do anything. And I hate that, and when I spend my day doing nothing, then I feel depressed, so then I'm like, oh, I've got to get back to that overworking mindset, because if I don't, I won't be working on anything and that will make me depressed. But then when I think about feeling overworked constantly, like day after day for like the rest of my life, which I know is extreme, but you know, that's where my mind goes at these times. I don't like that idea either, so I feel like there's no happy medium and I need to work on finding it. Okay, I think I'm happy with this earring too now. Alright, I have these 2 little pieces and I am going to attempt to attach them to, did I even show you the earring backings? These, the earring backings. Okay, so I'm going to try to just stick this through. Oh, hey, that worked really well. Okay. Stick that through and then use my wire benders to bend this top part around. I think I have a singular earring. Okay, so my first earrings are done. I'm going to move on to the second pair of earrings, which I'm going to try to make, which are also involving this wire, but I want to try to make them into like squares and triangles kind of put together. I don't know, I just think that that would be really cute, so gonna try to do that. Again, I'm just starting by snipping off short little pieces of the wire. This time I'm actually using the wire bender so that I get really nice clean angles. The other thing that has been taking up a lot of my time recently is, if it wasn't obvious, YouTube. And I spend a lot of my mental energy thinking about my YouTube channel, whether it's planning out videos, or actually filming them, or editing them, or just about my YouTube channel in general and my feelings about it. I have this whole giant Word document on my computer that's divided into a list of video ideas and more general ideas and aspirations for what I want my channel to be like, and a running list of upcoming videos, and schedules for those videos, and a weekly schedule for what I'm going to do each day that I update every day, because I know for a fact that if I did not keep myself extremely organized, I would not be able to upload every week, or probably even like every few weeks, because if I learned one thing from what happened to my channel last semester, it's that if I let myself think, oh, you don't have enough time for that, you can just make videos when you feel like you have enough time. I never ended up making them. I made like 3 videos in the whole like 3 months I was at college, which is fine, but I do want to have a weekly upload schedule. But sometimes I do wonder whether uploading every week is a good goal to have right now, when I'm still trying to figure out what I want my channel to be, what I want my life to be honest, and whether I want that to take up so much of my time. I mean, I still really don't know exactly what I want the purpose of my channel to be, and the pressure to constantly have something planned to film and upload so that I can meet my deadline of uploading each week sometimes makes me feel like I'm gravitating towards content that isn't necessarily what I want to be making, but it's what I feel like I have time for and can make. And I feel sometimes like I'm putting more energy into making content that I can make in a certain amount of time, rather than trying to put my energy towards making content that I really, really want to put my energy into. When I made my making a dress video, I really enjoyed every step of the process. I enjoyed planning it and filming it and editing the whole thing, and that made me really want to make more of that kind of video. But that video took like multiple weeks to finish making. I don't have time to do that every week, and that kind of makes me sad, and also makes me feel kind of bad about the videos that I make that aren't like that, or that I put less thought and energy into. And then again, the other thing is that the time that I spend making those videos is time that I'm taking away from the time that I could be spending studying Spanish, or working on my film projects for my anthro class, or trying to actually enjoy astronomy. Welcome to yet another new angle. I'm really spicing this video up. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is take this glue gun, and I'm actually need to plug it in. Take this glue gun, I'm going to attempt to put just the tiniest bit of glue onto the ends of these so that they don't fall apart, because as you can see, they're already coming apart. I also decided to make both of them just squares, because when I tried to put the triangles together, the one triangle would hang like this, but then the second one would always be like off to one side, if that makes sense. I need to wait for this to heat up. While we wait for the glue gun to heat up, let's talk about my issues with my own YouTube channel and how that relates to me feeling like I have a purpose in life. To be honest with you, I often feel like my channel doesn't really have a purpose, even though I do see a purpose in entertainment as its own phenomenon. I also want my videos to be more than just entertainment for the sake of being entertaining. Something that I've wanted to do for a while now is just make videos just like sitting down talking about something that's important to me, or just that I've been thinking about. I know that I could do that theoretically, but I still always feel like either people wouldn't want to see it, or I'm still not comfortable enough talking to the camera to actually get a good point across. I think the glue gun is warm enough. So I have my glue gun, my toothpick that I'm going to use to hopefully not get way too much glue on here. Well, I just ripped it all off. This is going not as well as I was hoping. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Definitely should not have done that. I think that I might try to paint the glue dots that I put on it, just so that it looks less like this. Painting these earrings did not go well at all, so I think we're just gonna leave them like this as they are, and they just won't look the nicest. They won't be my favorite earrings. Maybe I'll still wear them occasionally. I feel like as long as people can't tell that they have little blobs of hot glue on them from the distance of a Zoom call, I will still be thrilled to wear them on a daily basis. The last kind of earrings that I want to make are made out of SCULPEY. If you did not have a phase where you were obsessed with it and made probably 45 miniature dolls out of it, SCULPEY is this clay that you bake in the oven to make it hard. I've seen, I feel like on some kind of social media, these little like chunky earrings, and I want to try to make them out of SCULPEY. I want to try to make strawberry earrings because that is the only idea that I have. I'm just going to take this SCULPEY, try to sculpt it into 2 different little strawberries, bake it, and then paint it. Hopefully more successfully than I tried to paint the last earrings, but they were made out of hot glue and you actually can paint SCULPEY, whereas I feel like painting hot glue is not really a thing. Let's try that. Okay. Now that I have gotten this piece of clay to be remotely softer so that I can actually shape it, I'm just going to try to shape 2 little strawberry shapes out of it. To make each little strawberry, I just took a piece of clay, rolled it between my hands to make it into a sphere, then made one part of the sphere pointier, and then made the opposite end a little bit flatter. The next thing that I'm going to do is take my toothpick again and just make little indentations on the strawberries for where the seed marks will be when I paint them. Okay, the next thing that I need to do is preheat the oven to 275 degrees and then bake them for, I believe, 15 minutes per each 1/4 inch. These are a lot bigger than a 1/4 inch, so I think I'm probably going to try cooking them for like half an hour and then see how they are, just so that I don't accidentally ruin them, because I have burned things that I made out of SCULPEY before and it was not fun at all. Let's talk about college in general right now. So how is college going for me right now? Mostly it's been okay. I feel like I've been keeping up with my work. I mean, I have been keeping up with my work. The latest I've stayed up doing homework is honestly probably midnight. Do I start panicking every time I realize that I'm going to get a minute less than a full 8 hours of sleep? Yes. But is that necessary? Probably not. I have felt pretty overwhelmed by school at times though. Even though I have been able to get everything done, I often feel like I don't have enough time to put as much thought and energy and emotional investment into all of the things that I have to do as I would like to, and that stresses me out and makes me kind of feel like I'm not doing anything well enough and everything I'm doing is kind of pointless because it's not as good as I want it to be. And not only is it not as good as I want it to be, but I didn't put in as much time as I wish that I could have, so I feel like I'm not showing that I care about it when I really want to care about it, but I feel like I don't have enough time to care about all of the things that I need to do. You know, I'm doing fine in my Spanish class, but I would be doing better if I had an extra, like even just an hour or half an hour every day to spend studying. And then there's astronomy. Astronomy could be a really, really interesting class for me, but because whenever I'm doing my homework or reading the textbook for it, I'm only thinking about, like, how fast can I get this done? I just need to get this done so that I can move on to my other work. I don't have time to actually be interested in this, and read it more closely. And then there's my anthropology class, which I probably feel the most guilty about because all of the projects for that class are so interesting and I just wish that I had more time to do them and that I could somehow figure out a way to have more time to do them, because I want to be thinking, okay, what's the most ambitious or interesting or meaningful to me way that I could do this? But when I'm planning out what I'm going to do, I feel like more often my thought process aligns with, okay, what can I get done in a relatively small amount of time that will still be pretty good and that I'll be happy enough with, but it's not necessarily the most ambitious thing, or even like my favorite idea that I had, because that favorite idea probably I was like, I really don't have time for that, or it would stress me out too much to try to make time for it. Now that the earrings are done baking, that sounds wrong to me, but they're literally sitting on this hot pad. Can you see them? This could be my thumbnail, oh god. But now that they're done baking, I'm just going to paint them and hope that it goes better than my painting earlier. For the strawberries, I'm using this red. For the stems, I have green, and then I just have this white, at least I think that's what this is, to mix with them to make them a little bit lighter. Let me tell you about other things that have been going on in my life besides an immense amount of work and my ongoing quarter-life identity crisis. I have been thinking about traveling a lot recently, which I know is a completely different topic, but I follow this YouTuber on Instagram and she lives in Berlin. She keeps posting pictures of Berlin and it's so pretty. And so since then, I've just wanted to go to Berlin. I also really want to go back to Amsterdam. Obviously, I'm not going on any vacations anytime soon, and this isn't super relevant specifically to making earrings. I'm just giving you a life update, okay? And this is things I've been thinking about a lot, probably because it's so impossible to go on a vacation right now that I just like miss it more than I even normally would. The only other really noteworthy part of my life right now that is at all new has been journaling. I haven't been writing a ton recently, which I feel bad about because I feel like I've always identified myself as being a writer, and I still do, and I still think like I am a writer and I do like writing, but I feel like I feel specifically guilty about not writing because I feel like I have to write because it is a part of my identity, and if I'm not like constantly working on a project, I'm like losing that part of myself, which might be kind of true, and maybe I should just be writing more. I am not at all an artist, and this is not quite coming to my expectations that I had of it, but you know, I think it will turn out okay. Also, the color mixing was not going as well as I expected. Mostly because the white was terrible, and even when I got it to come out, it kind of turned into like bubblegum pink, and I am not sure what color I was supposed to add to that to make it strawberry pink. So I just kind of am making bubblegum pink strawberries. Not that I have anything that will match these, but I think it's okay. And I can always tell myself that I'm going to come back and repaint them later on. Gosh, painting the sides of the leaves is the most stressful part because I don't want green strawberries, but I want the sides of the leaves to be green. It's coming along pretty well. I think it looks alright. The last thing that I'm going to do is just take the same pink-ish color. I'm just going to make the little strawberry seed marks using that and a toothpick. Ideally, I probably should have waited for the other paint to dry before adding more paint on top of it, but I don't have patience for that. I'm realizing now that I probably could have just put like little polka dots on this and not made the little indentations. I guess I thought that it would make it have a better texture, but I don't know that it actually did. It looks okay. It looks kind of cute. Again, as long as it looks decent through a Zoom screen, I'm happy. That's all that I need right now. It has been 2 days because I had to let the earrings dry, and then yesterday I just did not have any time to finish them. But here are the little strawberry earrings. Here, let me show you more up close. Okay, so now all that I have to do is attach them to these little things. I'm just gonna attach them together. Okay, look how cute. They're all done. And I think they actually turned out decently. They don't look as perfect as I was hoping they would, but that's to be expected, so they're really cute. Now I have 3 new pairs of earrings, although one of them, the one with the glue, I don't know if I'm gonna wear that, but it's fine. And I guess this is the end of the video. I hope that these conflicting topics of this video weren't just like whiplashing you back and forth, and I hope that it was kind of fun and you enjoyed watching. And let me know if you have any thoughts on anything that I said or created, honestly, down in the comments. Don't comment on how tragic the one pair of earrings is with the glue, but if you have a kind of paint that you can paint glue with, or a better option than hot glue, you can let me know that. I would love to know. And hopefully I will see you next week. Okay, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.